A warrior's true strength is rising after every fall. There comes a moment in life when everything seems to fall apart, a moment when all your efforts feel wasted, when failure feels permanent, and when you start questioning if it's even worth trying anymore. We've all been there. Maybe you're there right now. But let me remind you of something powerful. Falling is not the end. It never has been. It never will be. Because true strength is not about how many times you succeed. It's about how many times you get back up when you fail. The greatest warriors in history, the most successful people, the ones who truly change the world, they don't get there because they never fall. They get there because they refuse to stay down. And today I want to remind you of that same power that exists within you. Why do we fall? Have you ever wondered why failure exists? Why do we fall? Why does life knock us down just when we think we're making progress? It's easy to see failure as a punishment, but what if failure wasn't something to fear, but something to embrace? Because every single time you fall, you are given an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to become stronger. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. But do they ever say, maybe walking isn't for me? Do they ever quit? No, because falling isn't a sign of weakness. It's a step toward growth. But somewhere along the way, as we grow older, society convinces us that failure is bad, that if we fail, we aren't good enough, that if we fall, we should just give up. But that is a lie. The truth is this: failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. It is the foundation on which success is built. The greatest failures turn into the greatest successes. Think about the most successful people in history. Do you really believe they never failed? Let me remind you of a few. Albert Einstein. He couldn't speak fluently until he was almost 5 years old. His teachers thought he would never amount to anything. Today, his name is synonymous with genius. Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he trained harder, and now he's one of the greatest players in history. Elon Musk. Before Tesla and SpaceX, he faced bankruptcy and multiple business failures. Today, he is leading innovations that are changing the world. What do all these people have in common? They failed, but they rose again. They fell, but they kept moving forward. And that is the secret. The most successful people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to give up. And if they can do it, so can you. The strength in rising again. Strength is not about never feeling pain. Strength is about facing pain and moving forward anyway. Strength is getting up when every part of you wants to stay down. And let me be clear, this is not easy. It takes courage, it takes discipline, it takes heart. But every time you rise, you become stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you are greater than your obstacles. And one day you will look back and realize, it wasn't the easy moments that made me who I am. It was the moments that tested me the most. So if you're struggling right now, if you feel like life is breaking you, remember this: you are in the middle of building something great. You are in the process of becoming unstoppable, and that is why you cannot give up. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. Have you ever lifted weights in the gym? What happens when you push your muscles beyond their limit? They tear, and in that moment, it hurts. You feel weak, but what happens next? The muscle heals, and when it does, it grows back even stronger. This is exactly how life works. Every setback is like a tear in your muscle. Every failure, every loss, every disappointment, it hurts in the moment. But if you keep going, if you keep pushing forward, You will come back stronger than before. Pain is temporary, but the growth you gain from pushing through it, that is permanent. The story of the donkey in the well. Let me share a short story with you. A farmer had an old donkey. One day, the donkey fell into a deep well. The farmer tried to rescue it, but after hours of trying, he decided the donkey was too old to be saved. So he made a painful decision. He decided to bury the donkey alive and move on. He and his neighbors began shoveling dirt into the well. At first, the donkey panicked. But as the dirt fell on its back, it did something unexpected. Instead of letting the dirt bury it, the donkey shook it off and stepped up. They kept shoveling. The donkey kept shaking it off and stepping up. Until finally, the donkey stepped out of the well and walked away, stronger than before. The dirt that was meant to bury it became the very thing that lifted it up. This is how you must approach life. Every failure, every rejection, every disappointment, it's just dirt. You can either let it bury you, or you can shake it off and step up. The choice is yours. Your mindset is everything. At the end of the day, your success is determined by one thing: your mindset. The most successful people are not the strongest. They are not the smartest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. So the next time you fail, don't say, "I'm not good enough." Say, "I am learning. I am growing. I will rise." The next time life knocks you down, don't say, "This is the end." Say, "This is just the beginning." Because a warrior's true strength is not in never falling, it is in always rising. Final words. So let me ask you, how many times have you fallen? And now let me ask you something even more important. How many times are you willing to rise? Because that is what will determine your future. No failure is final unless you refuse to rise again. No setback is permanent unless you stop pushing forward. So rise, rise after every fall. Rise with more strength, more courage, and more determination than ever before. Because you are a warrior. And warriors don't quit. Warriors don't stay down. Warriors rise. Now go and prove it.